Cybersecurity company Symantec discovered a powerful piece of malware that has been used in spying campaigns in public and private companies, a lot in Russia, a lot in Saudi Arabia. Menlo Ventures is investing in a series of cybersecurity startups. So Mark Siegel with me now. He is managing director. Mark, glad to have you with us. Thanks for joining. To what extent are you trying to find the white hat hackers out there?
Well, all of our security companies are trying to find these white hat hackers. They're an important part of the technical team at most of these companies.
So what are you seeing as far as innovation? I mean, it almost feels like a live chess match all the time. And we spoke to Peter Thiel. He was talking about when PayPal was founded, how something like $10 million a month was being skimmed off the top by hackers. Max Levchin was sort of on the other side, would write an algorithm. It would take the other side 2 hours to figure it out. They would catch up. How do you know what the right technology is to invest in, since it changes all the time?
Yeah, well, I think that's the point. It's kind of a cat and mouse game that is changing all the time. And so as hackers get more clever and sophisticated, then the software that counters those attacks also has to get more sophisticated. And so unfortunately, there isn't really an end in sight. I think there's just a constant investment that has to happen. And we're seeing it go up enormously. $70 billion probably this year spent on information security. And that's growing at a high single-digit growth rate every year.
And how big of the portfolio is cyber to you now at Menlo?
You know, it's probably about 15% of the portfolio, 10 to 15%, and we invest across a variety of other sectors as well. But we certainly think it's a key sector. It's obviously come into the, more into the public eye of late, but this has always been an area we've invested in.
Okay, always been an area. Is it mostly fintech? I mean, basically security counts for every kind of company, every single industry. What are the ones that you're investing in most?
Yeah, well, obviously, the financial industry has always been, very paranoid, as they should be, about security. I think what's changed in the last few years is that this is now something that affects every single industry. We've seen, obviously, some big retail security breaches, but it's not just big companies anymore. The hackers out there are not just specifically targeting the government or targeting big financial institutions. They're going out and algorithmically using computers in a really undifferentiated way to go out and scan networks for vulnerabilities. And so even if you're a small company, you have to have the proper security measures, because it's very likely you're being attacked not even every single day, I mean every single minute. So this has become something that's completely horizontal across industries.
Mark, how do you honestly tell? Because you have to make decisions, and you're making expensive decisions. I mean, you have responsibility, you have money on the line. How can you tell when a potential portfolio company comes in and pitches that they are the real deal?
Well, I'd say that in security, there are people who are really renowned experts. So, for instance, BitSight is a company that actually does security audits, and they can do this remotely by looking at the traffic that's going into and out of a company's servers. And this is a company, CEO Sean McConnon was the CEO of another company of ours called Q1 Labs that was sold a few years ago to IBM and has become a core part of their security infrastructure. So we like to follow a lot of the same entrepreneurs around, and we find that in particular in security, there's a real set of experience and expertise that people kind of carry with them to the next generation companies.
So, Mark, which has been the biggest change to you as you've seen this field evolve so fast? I heard you say it is very cat and mouse. I mean, is it the rate of change that's most surprising, or is there something else?
Well, to me, the biggest change is that we are now, it used to be enough that you could secure the perimeter of your enterprise, meaning that you could keep all of your applications, all your IT resources within a secured perimeter. There is no perimeter anymore. That is probably the biggest change. People are bringing their mobile devices to work. They're doing personal things on their computer at work. You use cloud applications. Even at your applications that sit inside your data center are calling on web services and getting data from around the web. And so it's impossible to secure a perimeter, and so there's just very different techniques today that have to be used to prevent data leakage and prevent malware from getting inside your servers.
So all these kind of concentric and overlapping circles. Mark, it's great to speak with you. Thank you for the time. Mark Siegel.
Great, nice to see you.
Joining us there from Menlo Ventures.